What's up, y'all? It's BWADE. I am excited because football is here. I'm going to give you some picks for the Thursday night game between the Eagles and the Cowboys. I'll walk you through the data that we have, basically looking at last year's stuff and what might have changed, and explain to you why I'm taking these picks the way I am and why I put my money on them. Always bet responsibly, right? There are no guarantees in this thing, but looking at how we've been doing on free picks I've given out, guys, we crushed last year for football. NFL, we absolutely cooked. And even though it's not our best sports, WNBA and MLB, we've been crushing all summer. We just swept our WNBA picks for today, Monday. We went 4 for 4 on those, 3 for 4 yesterday. Look, we hit our picks. Now, if you want to jump in VIP, what that's going to get you is you're going to get all of our game picks, so money lines, spreads, over-unders, and you're going to get additional player props as well, not just the free ones. You can get in right now for only $10 if you sign up using code NFL in the checkout. You're going to get 80% off. $10, you get a full week of picks. You can try it out. I'm confident you're going to want to stay with us. I get DMs from guys all day that are continuously cashing out with us. Now, the other option is you can just sign up with either of these apps I tell you about in the video, Sleeper, Parlay Play, or even any of the apps below in the description. There's another 3 or 5 down there. You sign up using our promo code, make a deposit, and then you send me the screenshot on Instagram, and I will get right back to you and get you plugged into VIP so you get all of our picks. Both super easy. It's just about which one's more convenient for you. Now, I also do an autographed giveaway every month on this channel. I just did the video for giving away a signed Mike Tyson boxing glove for the month of August. So if you've been commenting and you're already subscribed, check that video out to see if you're the winner. And then looking at the month of September, I'm giving away a signed Nike Authentic Justin Herbert jersey, autographed, Beckett Authenticated. This thing is sick. All you have to do to be entered to win that is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment. Literally, you can just pause this right now, do all 3 of those in 10 seconds, and then come back and start getting some of these picks with us. I'm starting out by fading George Pickens' receiving line. It's at 55.5 yards, and I think he's going to be a nice addition to this team. Most of all, just to free up CeeDee Lamb on the other side. That's going to be the biggest value that he adds. But this Eagles secondary, like in case you forgot, they are locked down. They gave up the second least receiving yards last year, the third least to wide receivers. They were both rookies last year, Quinyon Mobe. They're both coming into their second year, more experience. They're just going to be that much better. Look at our safeties, and they're locked down. I don't see George Pickens going off in this game. He might catch a couple balls, but he just joined this team. He's newer. They're going to try and get him the ball to keep him happy. So I wouldn't touch his receptions, but receiving yards, he's not getting a ton of yards in this game. I feel really good about going under 55.5 yards for him here. That Eagles secondary is locked down. Now I am pairing that up with Saquon Barkley to go over 93.5 yards. You look at what he did last year, guys. He hit this in 3/4 of his games. There were only a few where he didn't get over, and some of them it's because they were blowouts, right? And so he just didn't finish the game. But in general, he's hitting this. You look head to head, and he crushed them in the December game last year for 167 yards. He only went for 66 in the first game because he only ran the ball 14 times. But this being the season opener, you know he's going to want to get those juices flowing. And Saquon's a beast. This Dallas defense was ranked 16th for yards against, rushing-wise. They just lost Micah Parsons, which was the centerpiece of that defense. And they'd been practicing all summer assuming Parsons was going to be there. So they've had to make some quick adjustments on the fly to be able to make up for that loss, which they're not going to be able to do. Saquon eats. I am taking him over 93.5 rushing yards. You'll see that slip here on the screen. We're getting 5.3x for this because they're giving us a free Jalen Hurts square. As long as Jalen Hurts throws for 1 passing yard, it cashes. So basically getting 5.3x for this 2-man. really like this fantasy app because of all of the different like stat categories they give you that you can pick from, which lets us be really strategic. They have great payouts. You're getting over 3x for pretty much every two-man, and they have a great sign-up bonus. When you sign up using code BWADE, they're going to give you $5 for free just to check out the app with, and then they're going to double your first deposit up to $100 as well. So it's a $105 sign-up bonus. All you have to do is use code BWADE, and then when you send me the screenshot on Instagram, I hook you up with a free week of VIP, and you get all of our picks for the next week, and you fucking rock the sports books with us. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you get entered to win that signed Justin Herbert jersey. Let's get into these next two picks. I'm going under on Jalen Hurts passing yards, 213, and it's not because he can't get there, it's just because the game plan isn't going to call for it, and he doesn't need to get there. I expect the Eagles to dominate this game from start to finish, and when you look at his games against them, he hasn't gone over this in any of his last three games. Both games last year they won by at least 20 points, and he didn't go over 202 yards in either of those games. Really, this is just the fact that the Eagles' game plan is going through Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts is there to air the ball out when they need to. They have two great receivers, but they're not going to have to in this game. The passing is just going to be able to keep the defense honest, right? Saquon's going to be the focal point, and you look at like the last 9 games of last year, and that's really when the Eagles were cooking and they started becoming that Super Bowl team that they finished the season as. He didn't go over it in 4 out of the last 5 games of the regular season, and then going into the playoffs, he didn't go over it the first two. It wasn't until they really got into like the conference championship and the Super Bowl where he aired the ball out at all, and he still only went for 246 and 221. I just don't think that they're going to pass the ball much here. Jalen Hurts stays under 200 yards in this game. I don't think he even gets into 200. Under there, and then I am taking Jake Ferguson under 34.5 receiving yards. This Eagles defense locked down tight ends last year. They only gave up a total of 34.8 yards per game to tight ends, which was number 1 in the league. And you look at what he did against them 2 years ago, cooked the Eagles. 91 and 72 yards. But then last year, 24 yards and 18 yards in those games. He got some receptions, right? He still had 4 and 3 receptions in those 2 games. But they don't let him get any yards after catch. He's not getting anywhere with those catches. And let's get back over here. And you look, he started the year out last year with a couple of decent games, and then after that, he just fell off. He only had 2 games out of the last 10 where he got over this number. So really good about this one. Take Jake Ferguson under on receiving yards. You'll see that slip on the screen here. We're getting 3.3x for this on Sleeper, and they're going to give us a 35% NFL profit boost, which actually pushes this over 4x. Sleeper is my favorite fantasy app right now. I'm dying because I'm up in Delaware visiting family, and I can't actually use Sleeper, but that's the app I would put this in on, and that's why I'm presenting it to you guys on there. Love this app. Tons of promos, profit boosts, discounted picks. They get a ton of lines up really early so that you can jump on them before the lines start to move. And in the NFL, that's huge, right? Because you want to be taking these picks on Monday, Tuesday. Once you wait till later in the week, you see lines move by 5, 10, 15 yards. So having an app where you can get them in early is going to be really big if you want to be profitable, and especially if you want to tail the VIP picks I give out. And they have a great sign-up bonus. So when you sign up using code BWADE, they're going to double that first deposit up to $100, and they're going to give you a free pick as well. Jump on it, guys. Getting the free deposit match money, it's as easy as just withdrawing $100 from a different app that you use. You pull $100 off, you put it on Sleeper or Parlay using code BWADE, and it turns into $200. It's the easiest way to increase your bankroll without taking any risk. And when you send me that screenshot, I hook you up with the free week of VIP. So it's a win-win. It seems like a no-brainer to me. It's free money, free picks. Start to win with us. And whether you sign up with either of these two apps or any of the ones below in the description, Underdog, Betr, Chalkboard, and send me the screenshot, or you just sign up using code NFL in the checkout and you get 80% off. Get in for $10. But start riding with us, guys. NFL is our best season for our picks. We made money all summer with WNBA and MLB. If we did that with those sports, you do not want to see how much money we're about to make in the NFL and college football seasons. So jump on board, start cashing with us, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you get entered to win that signed Justin Herbert jersey. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited for this season. Let's get some fucking bread.